Hello, this is episode 3. Hey, I'm running. Oh, I regenerate health. How cool is that? This is episode 3 of Stalker Let's Play.
And last time you were bleeding to death.
Yeah, last time I was bleeding to death. I survived an emission thingy. And, now I'm feeling hunky-dory. Oh, I have a flashlight.
I'll be right there.
So where should I... Oh, I'm supposed to go talk to the guy and tell him that the guy I was with died, and I almost died, and life sucks. I have to tell him all that. It's very important that I tell him life sucks.
You survived the emission again. I'm not even that surprised. Our boys picked you up not far from the tower.
You shouldn't be.
Calm down a bit. You know, Bien Polev was right. You
Did you ever find the night vision key?
Sorry.
He believes that you acquired some, let's say, unusual abilities,
if you ever found the
which
night
helped
vision
you
key,
survive
if it
anomalous
worked.
activity that would literally tear
Wait
anyone
till
else
this
down to
guy's
atoms.
done talking.
Also,
Hey.
it looks like something is increasing your body's performance in several areas, to the point that our monitoring equipment goes off the scale. Wait. Don't get too excited. There's always a fly in the ointment. Every emission harms your nervous system, and if this continues, you will die. A normal emission is the release of energy accumulated.
Oh, I forgot to read what I was going to
discharge,
say.
if you like. But what's happening now is completely different. In my opinion, the increasing regularity of these emissions is the zone's response to some sort of serious threat, akin to the response provided by a human immune system. It is difficult to rationally explain coexistence between humans and the zone. The zone tolerates us in some areas and forbids us from going to others. Whatever is beyond the Scorcher and further towards the center of the zone is taboo, a place where stalkers are not supposed to set foot. I think that the recent events in the zone are related to the fact that someone broke that taboo and made it past the brain Scorcher.
Someone got... Oh, sorry. Someone got past the Scorcher? What risks does this pose for the zone?
It's hard to say. To answer that question, I would need to know what's in the center of the zone. Some say the monolith, others say the Wish Crater. The more unpretentious ones dream about fields of rare artifacts. I was at the power plant myself, a young specialist at the time, but I don't know what's there now. What I can say is that the Scorcher appeared for a reason. It prevents the center of the zone from being reached. People cannot go beyond the brain Scorcher.
Is there a real way to pass the Scorcher? Even a theoretical chance?
I didn't think so until the large emission.
No.
Hell, nobody thought so.
Thanks, Colt.
However, if you consider the emissions to be a defensive reaction, then the answer is obvious.
That is
Someone
unless
made
you
it
have
through the
jetpack.
Scorcher,
Although I
and
don't
the
think they
emission
put that
was
in
the
this
zone's response. And since the emissions haven't stopped, whoever it was must still be alive. The zone is trying to get them, and it's killing everything that's alive in the process.
What is the danger of such frequent emissions?
I know a lot about the zone, but I can't share everything with you. You'll just have to trust me on some things. A system, any system, needs to be in equilibrium.
You'll
The zone
suffocate?
is unstable right now, and this instability is increasing. If the constant emissions aren't stopped, the zone will become so unstable that a new disaster will occur. Which brings us to what Clear Sky is doing. We're trying to prevent that disaster.
Prevent the disaster? You're not even strong enough to fight off the bandits.
You're right. But we do know how to prevent a disaster and stop the emissions. And that means something.
Lots of confidence you got there, so what's the plan?
We have to find out who was in the center of the zone and stop them at any price.
And why are you telling me this, of all people?
There's a strange connection between you and the zone. On the one hand, every new emission gradually kills you. On the other hand, you survive in situations where others don't stand a chance. My gut feeling tells me that your abilities, your gift, your curse, call it what you will, they mean you can get through places
you remember
that
the
others
stopwatch?
wouldn't even
Yep.
dream of.
No,
And at the
like,
moment,
yeah, I
we
never,
need to act very quickly.
I never stopped it, so,
Okay.
yeah. I got 5-ish minutes
I
left.
knew you'd ask that. The answer is simple. If the emissions aren't stopped, your nervous system will burn out and you'll die.
Well,
Help
AFK, I'm
us,
gonna grab
and you'll
myself a
save
snack.
yourself.
Okay, see ya.
Now this may sound like a line from a corny movie, but you really don't have a choice.
Looks like my options are pretty limited.
Unfortunately, yes. So, will you help us?
Yeah,
Then
sure, why
listen
not?
carefully. We have made use of all our contacts and connections in the zone. As a result, we know that a certain stalker at the Cordon was asking Sidorovich about some very strange components. That's all we have for the moment. But it's a lead.
That'll be fine. How do I reach the cordon?
Through the swamps, of course, how else? But remember what I said. After the emission, a whole army of all kinds of scum turned up in the area. Now they control almost everything. We are under siege, and I'm not exaggerating one bit. So before we can help you get to the cordon, we have to regain control of the swamps. And with your help, I think we should be able to do it.
Colton, shut off your mic. It's like lagging. Dang it, he's gone. Oh, I'm so angry at you. Oh, wait, what? Wait a minute. Reaching the Great Swamps is easy. Our guides will lead you out. But if you want to actually survive there, you need to learn about the current tactical situation and your PDA's new features. So, if you're curious about any of that, just ask. Tell me everything. What's the tactical situation like? In a word. In 2, our fighters can hardly hold the Great Swamps. They're constantly being pushed back by bandits and monsters. The enemy simply outnumbers us. What must be done to gain control over the swamps? Reduce the enemy's numbers, or, to put it simply, shoot down as many as possible of those who are shooting at us. If we don't, our fighters will have no chance of securing the swamps. Wow, that's really straightforward. What are you doing here? Trying to get some rest? Assembling pieces of information the guys bring me? Consulting our valiant leader? You see, we guides are Clear Sky's eyes and ears at the swamps. Tell me about my PDA's
Your main
features.
guide is the objective section.
Like,
Your main objective is displayed here, together with a selected additional objective. There can be several additional objectives which you can cycle through using these buttons. Most objectives are also displayed on the map, with the exception of rare occasions when your objectives cannot be located. We will need your help with not only destroying the enemy, but also capturing key positions. In these situations, our fighters will be grateful if you provide covering fire as they capture a position. By the way, don't ignore calls for help. Our boys' lives could be at stake. Hovering over a mark on the map will display additional information. In addition to your objectives, friendly units and identified enemies will also be displayed on the map. Okay, as I'm sure you understand, our main objective is to establish control over the swamps. And that means a war against the aggressor. This section allows you to access tactical information about combat operations at any time. Information about your current faction is displayed on the left. Right now, that's us. Clear Sky. Information about the main enemy is displayed on the right. This shows our approximate combat strength. This shows how many fighters we have. And this is our equipment supply.
Have you heard of outside Africa
Similar indicators
by,
are also
Camp
shown for our
Reliance?
enemy. Finally,
no, but I'm
this field
watching
allows you
a
to see the current
tutorial right
strategic
now. Please
mission,
stop.
as well as tactical objectives that must be achieved in order to complete the strategic mission. Completed strategic missions will be displayed at the bottom. The last tab allows you to view your current relations with all factions, as well as each faction's combat strength.
wow, this is really
Your personal stats
complicated.
are also displayed here. That's pretty much it.
Oh wow, that was... I wasn't expecting a full-blown tutorial thing. I was just figuring he was going to say, oh, your PDA can do like this and tell you where you are, and tell you where to go. Anyway, Colton, what were you saying? You'll find stuff at these coordinates. His backpack holds what you're due. 100. So what's actually in there? No idea. Agreed. Your payment is well worth the loot hidden in this safe area at the swamps. How much is that going to send me back? Yeah. Don't have that much cash. Well, I'll come back when you have enough. Okay. Bye, jerk. Rip off. Dork. Dweeb. Mean face. Okay. Map. It's a really complicated, freakish map. Wow, this is the most complicated map thing. What's this? Important character, important character. Clear sky. Go to the Great Swamps with the guide. Collect reward. Okay. I should probably cut the video. See ya.